Well, this is the last post-recording. Oh, I'm fighting Mr. Shield. That's a bit of a shame. If you go back and watch the last video at the very end there, I had a very good shot with the rifle in which I shot through the shield, through one guy, and hit the head of the dude behind him, and the guy's head exploded because it was also a critical hit. So I was very proud of that shot. Shame my live reaction to it was gone forever. Don't know what I'm concerned about looking at my pistol ammo. I've got 180 of the stuff. 190 actually. Didn't even count the stuff that was in the gun. I know I was being a bit liberal with shotgun ammo, but I can afford to be a bit more liberal with my pistol ammo. So, during this segment, I know that some guys burst into the room after you interact with that chest, so I'm sort of preparing for that. Going around collecting the herbs and spices. Then I'm like, what if I face the door and prepare for them? Can I open it with my back to it? It doesn't seem like they're going to let me get away with that. So I end up just opening it like a normal pleb, unfortunately. And then they don't burst in. It is a bit comical how they just sort of run in. So watch this. I grab the thing. Like, take? Yes. And here they come. Get 'em, boys! He grabbed the thing. Okay, my video closed itself weirdly there. So, that was bizarre. Didn't throw off the syncing though, so that was a bit weird. That was on my end. You're not gonna see anything or really hear anything. As long as nobody messages me or something, you won't hear much of anything. Yes, I kind of lucked out with the whole recording thing. Being able to take the game's audio and separate it from my audio. That was quite fortunate, because it means this post-recorded thing isn't a total wash. It's not just, you know, me talking over a silent game where there should be, you know, shotgun sound effects right here, and, you know, bits going squish when they're blown away. But, yeah, so you get the full experience of the game as if I were actually commenting over it with a microphone that wasn't complete shit. Not to say my webcam mic's terrible, it's just, you know, it's alright if I were, you know, if it were in a situation where it could be used. Right now it's kind of behind my monitors and it's, you know, attached to a webcam that folds up, so it's folded up in a webcam, so the audio kind of sounds like shit. But, yeah, it's just I have this fancy mic which, you know, sounds nice and crisp and clear. Got myself a little pop cap filter on it, so, you know, when things like my vent are going, it's reduced in noise. You might not even be able to hear my vent right now. And, yeah, it seems like such a shame that I need to go back and do this when it's such an easy fix. I won't talk over this because I know it's a cutscene coming up, even though I can't hear it. I wander around a bit before I activate it, though. Just because I think you hear him laughing in the game soundtrack. Come on. Ah, there we go. Cutscene.
I was starting to wonder when you might notice us.
Who are you?
Me llamo Ramon Salazar, the 8th Castellan of this magnificent architecture. I have been honored with the prodigious power from the great Lord Sadler. I've been expecting you, my brethren.
No thanks, bro.
My, we've got a feisty one. If you care for your own well-being, I suggest you surrender yourself and simply become our hostage. Or Mr. Scott, you can give us the girl because you're not worth a penny, I'm afraid. You can die.
I'm never turning into one of them. Never.
Got that right. We'll find a cure.
Well, that was Lord Salad Bar. Which again, kinda, you missed the ball on that one. It's so obviously Salad Bar and not Salsa. Unless you're referencing something, which again, don't know if you are or aren't. So I'm just gonna destroy these priceless vases here. But in my defense, they hold equally priceless diamonds, so there's no way to get them out of these jars otherwise. Also, just boxes of money, bafflingly. So yes, remember what I said about needing a key puzzle? Here it is. I don't really get a good look at it because I'm an idiot and just sort of breezed through. I also checked to see if this is a shooting gallery. It is not. But yeah, you clearly need a, I'm guessing, chimera thing to be built there. Lion, goat, snake. That's always tricky when it comes to chimeras. A lot of times I've seen it depicted with, it's got like the body of a lion, and like its tail is a snake that will bite you. But also there's like a goat head on the middle portion of it, or it's got like a second head that's a goat next to the lion. And that's not the original chimera. That's sort of an I say that, it's a mythical beast. It's no original chimera. But the original description of a chimera featured only that it had goat legs. It was the head of a lion, head and body, the legs of a goat, and so it was like cloven hooved, and its tail was a poison snake. That much was true. But yes, people added the goat head later on. The original, I want to say, descriptions of it mentioned nothing about a goat head, simply the goat legs. But artists being what they are, they interpreted it having a goat head somewhere on there, which isn't a bad thing. I think the design's fine, but you know, as a child reading about the old myths, I always I had a picture of what a chimera was in my head, and when I saw modern interpretations with goat bodies running around with it, it always kind of put me off. And see, this isn't what I mean by the key puzzles. Like, if there's a key and then I need to go back a bit to open a door, first of all, I don't know why they had me do that. But secondly, you know, that wouldn't be so bad. What I'm talking about was that chimera-like thing where it's clearly I need to run out and find some symbols. I'll probably show it off at the beginning of next episode, since I go back to that typewriter and save at the end of this episode. Spoilers. Wait, now you can just fucking end the video. Certainly don't watch as I walk into this prison and leave Ashley behind. Why would you ever do such a thing? There's only a room full of bells and a man chained to a wall in a prison. What interest could that possibly be? So yes, before we continue, I recall that there is something in the rafters, and decide I need to go upstairs to get it. Pardon me, Ashley dear. So, despite the skimpy top and the stylish killer pants, I do think Ashley is kind of cute. She's got that, she's got short hair, which I kind of like, and the right shade of blonde that I also kind of like, so I'm more forgiving of Ashley for those reasons than some or most people could be. And I accept that. You know, there are plenty of people who regard this as like the pinnacle of escort missions and chalk it right up there with all the other ones that are terrible, even though I think this escort mission was probably the best one ever done. Aiko's up there, but the whole gimmick of that is you need to hold the woman's hand while you run around with her. You can't actually let her do anything on her own. You need to drag her by the hand. It helps for making sure she doesn't wander off and get injured or anything, but yeah, there are also times where you have to leave her alone and it's stressful. Aiko's a good game. I like Aiko. It's no Shadow of Colossus, but it's a fine game. If you're going to play the one in America, get the PS3 version, because they made some baffling changes. First of all, this is the Stitched Eye Man I was talking about. The changes they made in Aiko are baffling for the North American release. The graphics aren't as good on the PS2 version. I'm talking PS2 version here, as the Japanese one or the European one. And they also made a lot of the puzzles easier. I don't know why they did this, but they just did. Okay? There's no New Game Plus that, subtitles them or anything. There's no bonus content. You don't get the, lightsaber. Ugh, Leon. I talk about this in the live thing, but, this blind guy who clearly can't see us and doesn't know we're here. Leon decides to fucking kick the door down. It's baffling to me. But, yes, the PAL version of Aiko, I believe, was significantly better. The PS3 came out, and it is an HD upgrade of the PAL version that was successfully translated over into North American releases. So, if you're going to play Aiko in North America, get the updated HD PS3 one, not the crummy, simplified PS2 one. That's the inferior version, and it always will be. It was a different story when that was your only option, to play. And I get that. North America imports don't always work. It's just kind of tricky. So I kind of lucked out there with the blind Wolverine running right past me into a wall, since he does have an attack that can decapitate you. I have one Mind Thrower ammo left. I decided to save it. That does reasonably good damage to him. For whatever reason, he's not really putting up with the bell nonsense. Do you also notice where do those claws go? Because they get much longer when he pulls them back out, Anyways, I get my rifle out here, because I'm going blind Wolverine hunting. See, the zoom in with the scope was too much. I had to zoom back out. Might as well just not have the scope. Right here I'm egging him on to maybe look the other way so that I can get him in the back. But no, he just keeps beelining it towards me. We can't have that, can we? And I missed the bell because I'm a tosser. So that's how the fight's supposed to go. You're supposed to shoot the bells and get him in the back. It is possible to just kind of ignore him. That's why you get 15k for killing him. You can just, while he's stuck in the wall, pull the lever and book it. However, to make up for not killing El Gigante, I went and did that.
Follow me.
But don't worry, though, there will be more El Gigantes for me to kill later. To atone for my sins. This guy knows. Watch this first guy. He sprints through once he's passed. Yeah. I don't know how synced this audio will be, but from what I've seen, it's alright. The syncage. Maybe not this outfit, but I think Ashley with her standard, you know, sort of cardigan look would be fairly easy enough cosplay to pull off. And I gotta shoot 2 crossbow bolts out of the air because I'm a total badass. And I think Ashley would be an easy enough cosplay to pull off. You just get the sweater. You could dress like her from 6 if you wanted. But yeah, that's not a bad couple's cosplay. Ashley and Leon. Leon's running around. Ashley falling behind him. This guy was a bitch because he got the dynamite, and if you shoot the dynamite, he explodes. And even after I suplexed him, he didn't have the decency to just die. And I didn't want to knife Ashley at this point, obviously. And then I forgot this guy was here. And then he picks up Ashley. It was just a whole series of unfortunate events. Fortunately, I got this dumbass before he was able to cart Ashley off. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This isn't going up on Thanksgiving, but I am recording it post on Thanksgiving. I'd like to be at home with my family, but, oh, I didn't talk about this GameStop bullshit, did I? Or maybe I did, who knows. So, how much time do I have? I have less than a minute. Long story short, GameStop hired me for the holidays, then never used me, despite, you know, setting me up on a day of training. I see this room and turn around because this room's a bitch. It would have taken me way too long to deal with. So despite promising they're going to use me for training, they set me up for training, then they just don't use me for the entire month of November, and I'm thinking, alright, Black Friday, they're going to use me and I'll have a chance to make some money. The day before Thanksgiving, I get a call. So I didn't go home because I thought I would just be in Radford for Black Friday. I get a call, hey, we don't need you. And that pissed me off, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to find another job. Don't schedule me in the future. I quit. So I don't work for GameStop anymore. That was a brief stint. I used an employee discount to get a Nintendo Switch, which was kind of nice, and that's about it. So I'm going to end this video here. Thanks so much for watching. Live commentary in the next playthrough. Sorry about this.